Hey everyone, and welcome. If you've ever wanted to actually make something with code, you are in exactly the right spot. Think of this as your very first quest as a coder. We're going to take one single line of text and magically turn it into a drawing on a digital screen. It's way easier than it sounds, I promise.
So, are you ready? Let's not waste any time. We're going to jump right in with one powerful command that's going to bring your very first drawing to life.
Okay, let's look at your first line of code. Honestly, you should think of it like a magic spell. You type the right words in the right order, and poof, something brand new just appears on the screen.
And here it is, rect 10, 20, 30, 40. That's it. Believe it or not, that right there is a complete Python program. Go ahead, type that in, and hit that run button.
See? Just like that, you are officially a programmer. Seriously, you gave the computer an instruction and it did exactly what you said. That's all coding really is. Now let's start having some real fun with it.
Okay, this is where the real learning starts. The best way to get the hang of this is just by messing around. So go for it. Change those numbers inside the parentheses. Make it bigger, smaller, what happens? And listen, don't you worry about breaking anything. You can't. That reset button is your safety net. It's always there to get you right back to the start.
So, you've made a shape appear, which is awesome. But where exactly did it show up? To get that, we need to understand the world your code actually lives in. We need a map of your digital canvas.
So the canvas, think of it as your own personal digital playground. It's basically a big 400 by 400 square grid, and it's made up of thousands of tiny little dots of light called pixels. Every single thing you draw from now on is going to pop up somewhere on this grid.
So how do we find our way around this world? Well, we use coordinates, right? An x and a y value, just like in math class. But, and this is a big but, there's a twist. The starting point, coordinate 0, 0, it's not in the middle. It's all the way up in the top left corner. That means the exact middle is at 200, 200, and the bottom right corner is way down at 400, 400.
And here it is. This is the one rule that trips up almost every single person when they start coding. So let's get this locked in right now. As the Y number gets bigger, you move down the screen, not up. It feels a little backward at first, I know, but you'll get used to it. Just remember, bigger Y means you're going down.
Okay, so now we know where things go, let's circle back to our little magic spell, that rect command, and figure out what all those numbers actually mean. It's time to decode the spell so you can understand how you're commanding these shapes into existence.
Our rect command, it needs 4 ingredients. Programmers call them arguments, but ingredients is a good way to think about it. The first number is left, that's your x-coordinate. The second is top, that's your y-coordinate. And those two together set the top left corner of your box. The third number is width, and you guessed it, the fourth is height. It's as simple as that.
All right, pop quiz time. If our command is rect 10, 20, 30, 40, we know its top left corner is at 10, 20. And we know its width is 30 and its height is 40. So, where's the bottom right corner? The answer is 40, 60. How'd we get that? Easy. You just add the width to the starting x, so 10 plus 30 is 40, and you add the height to the starting y, so 20 plus 40 is 60. See? Once you know the rules, it's just simple math.
Now, as you start to experiment, you're going to notice something pretty quickly. Code is picky. It has very specific rules, a kind of grammar that we call syntax. And for our magic spells to work, we have to follow these laws of the land.
And yeah, the source material says it perfectly. Python is very picky. It's not trying to be annoying, I swear. It just needs instructions to be super precise, so there's absolutely no confusion about what you want it to do.
And here is one of the biggest rules to remember. Case matters. A capital R in rect is totally different from a lowercase r. To Python, those are two completely separate words. That precision is everything.
So when you're giving your rectangle those 4 ingredients, there are 3 rules you just can't break. First, they have to be in the exact right order. Left, top, width, height. Always. Second, the whole group has to be wrapped up inside parentheses. And third, you have to separate each number with a comma. That's the grammar that Python speaks.
Now, you're not out here on this quest all by yourself. You've got some secret guides and tools built right into the environment to help you out. Let's take a look at a couple of my favorites.
First up are comments. Anytime you start a line with a hashtag, the number sign, Python just completely ignores that line. It's like having your own private notebook right there inside your code.
You can leave notes for your future self or for anyone else to explain what a tricky bit of code is doing. Getting into this habit now is a game changer.
Your other best friend is the autograder. So you write some code for an exercise. How do you know if you actually got it right? Well, you just hit the check code button. It's like a friendly guide that immediately tells you, yep, you got it, or try again. It takes all the guesswork out of learning.
So let's just take a second and recap all your new powers. You can now run a real Python program. You can command a shape to appear on a screen. You understand how the Canvas coordinate system works, including that tricky y-axis, and you know the basic rules of Python's grammar. These are huge first steps. You're doing great.
You've just taken your first step from being someone who just uses technology to being someone who creates with it. You literally made a rectangle appear out of thin air with just a line of text. So the only question left is, what are you going to create next?